Shave them. Hello.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Ron and I are on the road in an illustrious hotel room. Isn't that great? Jesus, some more. Let's see if we can raise this up here. This is just being. I think we got enough juice to get that guy going. There we go.
Oh, okay. Yes. Now we feel like grown-ups. This is good.
Now we're looking.
Now we're crushing this.
Yeah. I actually, if you guys are Patreon supporters, I did a quick video shaving my knuckles. That's on the Patreon right now. Getting ready for the show. So what's up, hey Zeus? What's up, Chris B? Kinky, what are you doing?
What's up, Steve?
Look at this, guys.
We did karaoke with Steve in San Antonio.
Oh, we did. All right,
Yeah.
Steve. Awesome, man.
Good to see you, buddy.
Hello, Cat B. What's up? Susan Brown, we're starting an hour later just because Ron and I drove across the desert today. We drove from Los Angeles to Tempe, Arizona, which is about 5.5, 6 hours.
On a horse with no name. Both of us.
Really good to get out of the rain. So
Happy Mother's Day. Love the moms out there.
Hey, what's up? Happy Mother's Day. So yeah, we started an hour late, and this stream, because we have a show tonight at 7, we'll probably only do about an hour or so. We won't be able to do the full 90 minutes.
Hopefully we're going to see some of you in a little bit.
What?
Any Tempe people? We're going to see you at the Tempe
Who's coming
Improv?
to Tempe Improv? 7 o'clock. The balcony's going to be sold out. It's going to be nuts. Where did Jimmy Dore go? He's fine.
He's in Tempe.
He's in Tempe. He's in Tempe right now. Balthazar 228.
What's up, Balthazar?
What will happen first? Will Graham watch a 55-second tutorial and links to the description? Will Ron check out Streamlabs, or will JDS check it out?
Probably JDS first. Arno's pretty good with that stuff, and on top of it, he's more responsible than both of us. So.
Yeah.
So that's my bet. That's where my money goes.
I just gotten a new light, and that was a whole thing. Like Kim Iverson let me use her light for a little bit, and then I had to order a new one, which it really looks good. But then I ordered the whole light together, which is great. And then the soft box like screen you put around, that hasn't shown up yet. There's so much to do, man. But I'll check out the Streamlabs thing, Balthazar. I got
to do it too, Balthazar.
I've at least been using it, dude. I've been using it for a while. So I've been putting it in the thing, and people have been using it. Mainly you, but other people have been using it. So, and then I tried, and then there was some tech issues, and then there was a new video what I just haven't had a chance to see. There's so much. It's just me. There's so much stuff I have to do. But I appreciate you supporting the show, and I appreciate you constantly asking us to use Streamlabs. And I will take it to the next level.
He's persistent.
God love you. You're persistent for a good thing.
We should hire Balthazar as the tour's publicist.
Yes.
Balthazar's persistent.
He would just relentlessly tell people to buy tickets to our shows. It'd be fantastic.
Interview these guys.
Interview them now. 48 people are watching, 23 likes. Hit the like button, you guys. Thumb it up. Speaking of which, Ron, where are we going in June?
We're going to the East Coast, Graham, and we are so freaking excited. We're going to Washington, D.C. on June 12th, June 13th, Baltimore, Maryland, 2 nights in Philly, June 14th and 15th.
What?
Yes, New Haven, Connecticut on the 16th. New York City, Graham. The Big Apple. The Big Apple, June 17th, New York City. And you're filming your special at some of these shows.
I'm working on that. It's either going to be probably in Philly or New York City. The special. Jordan Cheriton just texted me, said he's going to probably be at the New York show. Jeff Epstein from Citizens Media TV.
He'll be at both Philly shows. And his big thing is he wants to play the Get Your News On with Ron theme song, because he does the harmony. If you know my theme song, you hear my mediocre voice singing the theme song. And then you hear this high harmony sang by somebody who actually has a very talented singing voice. That talented voice is Jeff. So Jeff is hoping that we get to play the theme song live at some point at the show.
He's well-versed in MMT, and he sings.
Yeah.
What else can this guy? He's a superhero.
Well, the next challenge for him is he has to sing the MMT lesson. That's the next thing on his list. He's going to do scales of like, the Fed shouldn't control our currency, and so that's
taxes theft. Is that what
I hope he doesn't. I mean, I'm blowing his cover now, but I do believe that's his plan.
But does he do Shatner? No. God, he doesn't. He doesn't do Shatner. So also we're talking probably Lee Camp. It might be at our show in DC. We're trying to get Tim Black out to our show in DC. He lives out that way. So these shows on the East Coast are going to be a cavalcade of progressive celebrities.
Mm-hmm. Oh, on June 19th, Boston, Massachusetts.
June 19th, big Boston, Massachusetts. So go to grahamella.com or ronplacone.com. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button to this show and to Ron's show, because they're unsubscribing people. I'm picking up all these new subscribers, but then it's just incrementally moving because they're trying to find Joe Biden's middle ground on climate change. No, actually, they're unsubscribing people too. So they're back to that game. So, I crossed 20,000 subscribers, which is great. We're at 20,300, but it's told me in the last week, I've picked up 2,000 new subscribers, but only a couple hundred have moved. So that means they're unsubscribing so many people. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button for both of our shows. Michael Karich, thank you so much. Shave the knuckles for justice. Look at those shaven, justified knuckles. Look what I did. They're so beautiful. Can't wait to see Graham at Mines, New Jersey, August 31st. It's going to be awesome. Oh, thank you, Michael. So that's a great thing. So there's this Mines event in New Jersey, August 31st. This week, I will put a ticket link up at grahamelwood.com. So I'm going to be on a panel there. And it's a really cool event. I'm going out for it. And so there's a lot of really cool speakers. So I will be, as we get closer and I get a ticket link, I'll put that on grahamelwood.com. And then if you're in New Jersey, want to come to this event, you can buy a weekend pass. And there's all these panels and events and all that stuff. And so I'll be there. And I'll also be grabbing some interviews and stuff like that, like I do when I travel.
Surf in the other ocean.
I will surf in the other. Oh, dude, I'd love to surf.
Surf the Atlantic.
I'd surf the Atlantic. If anyone knows of any surf breaks near the event. So I will be out there. Thank you, Michael, for making everybody aware of that. I appreciate it. Jedi Mullet 77, Shave the Knuckles for Justice. Did you get a chance to watch Pump yet? So I haven't. Jedi Mullet 77, I was looking for it. Where do I find it? Because I was trying to find that film and actually watch it last week and I couldn't find it yet. So if you wouldn't mind, tell me where I can get it, or email me, info@grahamelwood.com, where I can find it, because I will watch it. There's a bunch of movies I need to watch, obviously, but I'll watch it and I'll talk about it on Comedy Film Nerds. So that's what's up with that. Hashtag Jersey Shore.
Knocking Down the House. That's something I need to see. Have you watched it?
I have watched it.
Oh, nice.
And
is it good?
It's very good. It's an excellent film. It's really cool seeing Amy Vilela in there because we met her. She came to our show.
She's been to two of them.
Two of them.
She came to Vegas and she came to San Antonio.
A year ago, she came to our show in Vegas. So Jedi Mullet 77, thanks for supporting the show. Amazon Video. Okay, it's on Amazon. All right. I will go to Amazon and get Pump. You got it.
First, I will explore all other options to make sure it's nowhere else.
Yeah.
But then
I don't want to give Amazon my money, but if I have to, I will, to watch the movie. But Knock Down the House I wanted to talk about because Amy Vilela. So first of all, a year ago, we did our first ever progressive comedy tour. This week, May 9th through the 12th, we did our first ever progressive comedy tour.
That's right. Yeah, so, it's been officially a year.
And we started, the first one was Wednesday, May 9th in Tempe, Arizona. We're back here. And Amy Vilela was at our show on May 11th in Vegas. And she spoke at the end of the show, and she talked to people. And that's where we first met her. And we're like, man, she's a firecracker. She's a powerhouse. And, you know, her daughter passed away because she didn't have health insurance. Right. And that's her mission.
It's a powerful story.
It's a powerful story. And we talked about that in the last episode of Comedy Film Nerds. We actually got into it. Our guest, Jackie Cation, we got into a little political discussion. And so listen to the latest episode of Comedy Film Nerds. We talk about Knock Down the House because Chris Mancini, my co-host, saw it as well. So It's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, really, I would highly recommend checking it out. Aaron Barrison, or Berkarin, or however that's pronounced, Shave the Knuckles for Justice. Thank you for supporting the show. Please interview David Pakman. I got to be honest with you, Aaron. Not my first choice, but I would interview him. I've been very critical of the guy. I don't know how excited he'll be to want to be on the show. Because, he went after Jimmy, called Jimmy a Seth Rich apologist and a Russia blah, blah, blah. So I can't say I'm a huge fan. So I don't know that I don't know how that interview would go. I don't think he would want to talk to me because I would ask him a lot of pointed questions. I wouldn't be combative, but I'm certainly not going to sit there and go, yay, neoliberal centrism on YouTube. I don't know that I would celebrate it. So I appreciate the suggestion, but I don't know how quickly that's going to happen. If I'm being honest. Sam Dean, Shave the Knuckles for Justice, brother. G'day, Shark Biscuit. Hey, Ron, how do you feel about the fact that the older you get, the more you'll look like Mr. Rooney from Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Thanks for the money. No, just kidding. I can't argue with you, Sam. Why are you answering? I'm okay with it.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Great question. Right on.
If they ever make a remake, I might have a film part in my future.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Thanks, Sam. Chris.
Good job.
Shave the Knuckles for Justice. See the difference between the shaved knuckles? These knuckles have justice. These ones don't. See the difference? It's big, guys. Shave them. Chris, thanks for supporting the show. Really appreciate you guys supporting the show. There's a lot of great ways to support it. First of all, there's 125 people watching, which is fantastic. Only 61 likes. Let's get the like number up to the number of people viewing.
Like it up.
Like it up. Doing the super chats like Chris and everybody else has done is really cool. Also, watching the videos, don't let the ads play.
Let the ads play through. Put it on autoplay. Do that for all the content creators you love.
Mm-hmm. Autoplay is great. If you're a YouTube Red subscriber, anytime you watch one of our videos, we get paid. So that's one way to do it. And of course, we both have Patreon pages. And then sharing our videos on your social media, even if you have a small following, helps. Just getting new viewers, it all helps. Sharing our videos on other message boards or other shows where there might be like-minded people, that helps. So, we can't do our shows without you folks. You guys were able to do it. The reason I was able to buy new lights was because of you guys in the Patreon and you people doing the super chat. So I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate it. Jana Kelton, Love Knocked Down the House, just watched it today and was crying almost the whole time. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. The other thing, there's so many poignant things. Obviously, going in, AOC wins. But
sometimes it's fun to watch things a second time.
Well, for me, it's not just that. It was like watching because I didn't know how she was dealing with this process as it went.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the doubt and they're trying to crush me and the knowing that she won made it all the more powerful. And when she's showing the Joe Crowley pamphlet versus her, she's like, look at Joe Crowley. It mentions Trump 4 times. Nothing about what his platform is. His whole platform is resist Trump. And then you see hers and it's like higher minimum wage, Medicare for all, right. Help, rent stabilization in the Bronx and in New York City. Green New Deal. It's just like boom, 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 platform, policy. So it's fantastic. And then knowing Amy Vilela, because she came to, like you said, she came to our show in San Antonio last month.
Yeah.
And knowing her and meeting her husband and seeing her fight and talk to her staff and all that stuff was just like, she's such a badass and I have so much respect for her, and it's why, you know, somebody put on Twitter like, wow, you guys all hang out together. It's so cool. You get to do that. You do each other's shows and everything. And I wrote, well, yeah, it's fun doing each other's shows. Like we're doing your show the 23rd. But I wrote, one of the reasons we all are hanging out and doing each other's shows is because we're kind of the outliers in show business, you know? And
yeah,
it's a bummer. And, you know, you see comics.
Show business, if you're listening, I'm still available though. I just
So
want to let you know, show business. We're both still available. Show business, totally. If you're black t-shirts, come on.
But like, I mean, I even know some comics, yeah, that I think are funny that I respect, and then they talk this big activist game, and then like, you know, a comedy club hires Louis C.K. or something, and then they keep working it. After they said all this stuff. And it's sort of like, and you watch somebody like Amy Vilela get punched around and pushed around, and she wouldn't do that, you know? And you meet people like Susie Dawson doing this and all these amazing people, and you're so inspired by them. And you watch Knock Down the House, which you got to see, and please watch it and then talk about it on your show, and everyone else, please watch it, because you see what AOC is going through. You see how they try to, you know, and we've talked about this on both of our shows, I'm sure, a million times. She's slammed by both sides, you know, and the Democrats don't.
Still is.
Still is.
Yeah, I mean, still is. Well,
the Democrats will stop slamming her if she bows to them and takes their money and their whatever. That's when they'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jedi mullet, shave the knuckles for justice. Donna the Cheetah Brazil was on Fox Propaganda News and wants Bernie to stop using facts against her king, Joe the Snuzzer Bite. Oh, it's unreal. If that doesn't sum up everything that's wrong with everything, she's a cheater, right? Fired from CNN.
Then later admitted that Bernie was cheated.
Yeah.
Later, like said what they did to Bernie was horrible, then backpedaled on that because somebody was probably like, oh, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
And now she's telling Bernie, like, oh, don't criticize
Joe Biden.
You're
She's unbelievable.
I mean, there's not much to criticize Joe on. I mean, it's not.
No. I mean, a middle ground.
I can't think of anything.
I mean, we were talking about this in the car, and because I saw this on Twitter, and I think it's something we all need to repeat, which is climate change deniers and climate change middle ground centrists are equally dangerous and wrong.
Yeah. Well, and they're one and the same.
They're one and the same.
Because you're denying the fact that it needs a serious solution. Quickly. You're denying that fact. Like you're just denying. Like you're just like, oh, we need middle ground. What does that mean? You only want the middle of the country to still have ground? You want the rest of it to be underwater? What the hell does that mean, Joe Biden? It means absolutely nothing because he's not taking climate change seriously.
No, because he'll be dead. He'll be dead in 20 years. You know, when Florida is underwater and the East Coast, when a third of the population has to migrate into the middle of the country, he'll be dead. So he doesn't care. So he can talk middle ground. Dianne Feinstein can shame little Girl Scouts. That's who they are. And they're backed by Donna Brazil. And that's the party of inclusion and diversity. You know, this party that didn't let Nina Turner speak in 2016. And they're going to try to shut her up again because they don't want a black woman backing Bernie. They don't want to show like, oh, progressives, Bernie resonates with people of color and everybody. They don't want to show, they can't show that. They can't show that. So it's just offensive. And it just shows how fixed the whole system is, that she can just go from CNN to Fox, you know, and then Fox can claim, well,
what do you, I mean, I didn't see the segment in question. I saw the headlines on the blogosphere, but it's like, what was her mental gymnastics for that? Like whenever people are like, oh, we can't, don't criticize your, like, do you know what the point of a primary is?
It's unreal. It's like when Melissa Milano said that. The primary,
people are saying that all the time, and it's just like, yeah, a primary is supposed to be so that the strongest candidate emerges.
How do I know who you are if we don't have a critical debate? You're going to be the president of the free world.
And that's not what actually happens in a primary. We know this, but we're taught that this is what it's for.
It should be. A democracy should be a discussion, a national debate on what we should do. We shouldn't be debating whether or not climate change exists. We should be debating the specifics of the Green New Deal that we are absolutely implementing.
So we shouldn't be debating how much drilling is okay.
No.
We should be debating.
Yeah, it should be like fossil fuels are done, nuclear power is done. We're absolutely doing this. Here's how. What are the specifics? Like Noam Chomsky said, we'll get into the minutia of like how the federal jobs guarantee will transition fossil fuel employees in, because we can't just lay them off and have them put them on the streets, but it's one of the things that's suggested in the Green New Deal, the AOC murky Green New Deal is so like, if you work at an oil refinery, you'll get the same wages and the same benefits as we shut that down and transition you into green jobs.
Right.
So we just can't put 1 million people out on the street and say, I hope you get a job with a solar company or whatever. So that's a reasonable thing to talk about. You know, how are we going to use marshlands? How certain things are going to work in certain parts of the country, but they won't work in others. You know, do we need to put solar panels in the northern part of the country all over the place? Maybe more wind up there. You know, right, I mean, like whatever, like get into those, like we're done with fossil fuels.
Yeah. Like this is the agenda. How do we get there? This is what we're not going to settle for anything less than this, than this transition, than a jobs guarantee. Now let's work out the fine details.
Yeah. That's what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Not Joe Biden's fucking ridiculous middle ground of centrist fucking nonsense. Howdy, howdy. Shave the knuckles for justice. Nice. Brian Wiley. Shave them, brother.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks for supporting the show. Larry Forbes. Loved AOC and Bernie together on interest cap. That's cool that they're doing that to stick it to the banks. Any way they can stick it to the banks more, I'm down. Sam Dean. I want to hear Marlon Shatner sing Da Ron. Da do
ron, da do ron.
I met her on a Monday. My heart stood still. Thanks, Sam Dean. You're fantastic. Let's see if we missed anybody else. No, we didn't.
No.
Ruth Benedict. Ruth, shave the knuckles for justice. Ruth, I hope your health is doing okay. Show Ruth some love. Did you see Alyssa Milano defending creepy Uncle Joe on MSN? It set back the Me Too movement by light years. Oh, God. She also, if I'm not mistaken, said because they're trying to what's happening in Georgia, you know, they're trying to attack abortion
rights, yeah.
She said there should be a sex strike.
I saw that. The other thing Ruth's mentioning, I don't think I saw that. I'm not sure what that's referring to. But.
I have not seen Alyssa Milano defending creepy Uncle Joe on mainstream media. It doesn't surprise me because she said a myriad of dumb things lately, which is like, don't criticize any Democrats, which is like, no, I will absolutely criticize middle ground because middle ground will kill us. Middle ground on climate change will kill us just like climate denying. Like this, because he wants to, all those like control emissions and fuel mileage standards that Trump got rid of. Joe Biden's going to bring those back. Those aren't going to fucking do anything. No more oil, fuckos. It's over. It's over. And so Alyssa Milano just keeps saying ridiculous things. But man, if you're a famous person and you say stupid centrist crap, you're going to be on TV morning, noon, and night. We're in a hotel room. And there's 185 of you watching, which is fantastic. Get the like button up there. Oh, she said, and then it's so funny when she said that thing about a sex strike. All these women and all these feminists were like, Alyssa, you don't know what you're talking about. It's so outdated. First of all, you're saying that women only have sex because they're giving it to men, like women don't like sex or whatever. All these women waited like, what are you talking about? Just fight abortion. Fight them trying to eliminate abortion and don't, this is ridiculous. It's like, it plays into the patriarchy that like women are some sort of piece of property that we get or something. Like,
yeah, when I saw it on Twitter, I was like, is that okay? I'm not sure. All right, I'm just gonna.
It was just like, yeah, I was so glad all these women weighed in. I was just reading all their comments. I was like, oh wow, that's a really solid point. And they just fucking ate her alive. It was wonderful to watch.
All right, we did that one.
Danny Knapp. Danny, haven't seen you in a while, brother. How are you? Good to have you. Tom Hanks said I shouldn't use my Peter for the sexy no more.
Is Tom Hanks participating? See,
I didn't know that. Thanks, Danny, for that.
Did he say that to you in a Forrest Gump voice? Because then it would be perfect. You shouldn't use your Peter for the sexy no more.
Mama tell
I tried the sexy with a box of chocolates, and then Mama grounded me. That's all I have to say about that. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny. Really great for letting us get into that riff. Did we miss any other? Yeah.
We did all that.
We did all these. Jedi Mullet 77. If you're leading a parade, from the middle, you're not leading it. Plus, Warren backpedaled on DNC cheating Bernie. Of course.
Did, yeah. Well, it was so funny. They asked her point blank. They were like, "Would you call it cheating?" And she was like, "Yes." And then later she was like, "No, that's not what I meant." Like, oh, okay.
We know who you're going to take your orders from if you get in the White House. Well, you like giving the military money, so she'll get in the White House and just show how strong and firm a woman can be leading the American empire war machine. That's all she'll be. She'll be the first female leader of the American empire.
I hope not. I mean, I really hope not.
I'd rather have Tulsi Gabbard in the White House.
I'd rather have Tulsi. I'd rather have Bernie. Out of all the establishment candidates, I think she is the least bad if we had to pick one. But that's the only. I mean, I can give her that.
She's the most left-leaning progressive of the corporate Democrats.
She's better than Harris. She's better than Booker. Again, if we have to pick, like, she's better than Biden. But
I'll tell you what,
that's the most I can give.
If she gets the nomination and has either Bernie or Tulsi as her VP or some true progressive as a VP, I might consider voting for her.
I could sleep easier if that was the case, yeah.
But if she gets Cory Booker or somebody like that, then I won't vote for her. I won't. I'll write myself in.
I'll write you in too.
And I'll win.
So you got 2 votes, man.
We're already there. Jedi Mullet 77. See what a non-justice knuckle looks like? See what a justice knuckle looks like. I have a 2004 lecture from David Bloom, author of Alcohol Can Be a Gas, on my channel. It's about how we can make more than enough biofuel and food in a permaculture way. Also, bust all the myths that oil has against biofuels.
Interesting.
Well, that's so great because we were talking about that in the car ride today about how we have to, we were talking about geoengineering and how if part of a Green New Deal would be money into research and stuff like this, to where there might be something out there that we don't even know, or something somebody came up with back in 2004 that's like, if we just put some money to implement it on a mass scale, boom. And these oil distributors or alcohol companies and all this, like they switched over to biofuels in Brazil 15, 20 years ago.
What we're saying is if you have a killer idea and you know it works, now's the time to file that patent. Maybe one of you is holding the solution. Neither of us have it, but maybe one of you has it. And we're telling you to share. We're using our platform to say, share that. Is everything okay? All right.
So thank you, Jedi Mullet, for bringing that up. That's such a great point. And I think there's dozens, if not more, hundreds of examples like this of stuff that, I was on the Natural Progressive yesterday, and there's this woman on this that we were all kind of talking. Chris and I were talking with this woman, Jennifer, who's talking about taking this. There's a way that you take the CO2 out of the air and it turns into this sort of like black clay dust.
And it's incredible.
Right. She's just like, so we just got to figure out what to do with that stuff.
Yeah.
And I bet you
there's stuff we can do with brackish water that like we're still figuring out. And I don't ask me to like explain the nitty gritty of it. I wouldn't be able to, but like there's stuff that we're able to do with that we're still like, we're making progress on. And so it's, it's one of those things. I feel like I don't give up the hope that we're going to find a way to adapt and find a way to slow things. I can't give up that hope because otherwise, shit, otherwise, what are we doing?
What's the point?
What's
the point of anything? Yeah, I believe it's out there, and I believe there's a solution that we haven't even thought of. We haven't even considered yet. That if we were to put some money behind, we could figure that out. Mm-hmm. We could find And again, it's not like there's going to be one. I doubt there's going to be like this one thing will fix climate change, but it might be a bunch of things that just need planet-wide money, infrastructure, and implementation. But if we can do it, if the whole planet gets involved, it can get done in a matter of a handful of years.
Right.
The whole planet can do it. The whole planet said, whoa, cell phones. Right. There's all this money to be made. Yeah. So it can be done, man.
Well, just look at how quick. I mean, yeah. When you look at, in many ways, change is very slow, but then all of a sudden it's just boom, here we are. Like all of a sudden it's just like, wait a second, now we've adapted, and then we're there.
Done.
And it's
And it can happen. Jedi Mullet 77, shave the knuckles for justice. Brazil went to sugarcane ethanol in the 70s during the oil embargo. They went from importing 90% oil to zero. That's what we're talking about. And they use sugarcane. And so I mean, I've talked about this before. Adolf Diesel created the diesel engine back like over 100 years ago to run on vegetable oil. Mm-hmm. So farmers could be self-sustaining.
Well, in a bunch of countries just agreed to really reduce their plastic use. Like that just happened, I think, today. United States, sadly, not on that list.
Really? We're not?
We're not on that list.
That's weird.
We're not on that list.
We don't do a lot of things that a lot of other countries do. We don't recognize the Armenian genocide. We don't do anything. Big baby Zubas. Thanks for the love. Appreciate it. Let's see if there's anyone else we didn't get to. We got that.
We got that one. That was a fun
one. Sam Dean, shave the knuckles for justice, mate. How are you, brother? How come we can get Congress to agree that heroin is bad, but we can't get a room of them to say that the church needs to stay out of politics? Cheers. Oh boy. Well, yeah, what happened in this country, Sam, you might not be familiar with this since you're from Australia, but in the late 70s, the evangelicals got organized and they hijacked the Republican Party. So they spend a lot of money. They're a lobby group, just like AIPAC or the NRA or the oil lobby or the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
They're a lobby group. So they've been trying for the last 30 years, trying to legislate their morality on America through the Republican Party.
And the Republicans are cool with it.
Yep.
And it's been working.
Yep. Just like the Democrats are cool with letting Netanyahu do whatever he wants. That's how it works. You get bought, you get to do whatever you want. Wait, did we do this one? Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Jedi Mullet, this is Super Planto Man. Do you think Assange piped Pam Anderson inside the embassy? I don't think so. That is an interesting marriage or unity.
Is she single right now, Pam Anderson?
Boy, I don't know Pam Anderson's dating status.
I don't.
But she's like a Trumper MAGA lady that's also very pro Julian Assange.
I didn't know she was a Trumper.
She's kind of.
Is she? I didn't know that about her.
I don't know if she's a Trumper, but her Twitter feed has been a little out there. But then the one thing I'll give her credit for, she's been very pro Julian Assange.
Yeah, on that issue, she's been. Yeah.
And that's the thing too. You notice that has unified a lot. People on the right and the left have like, this ain't right. Mm-hmm. This ain't right. It's not right what they're doing to Julian. It's not right what they're doing to Chelsea Manning. And you also see the selective outrage, hypocrisy of both sides.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The right wing will kind of support Julian, but they won't acknowledge the transgender soldier. She's a treason, whatever. And then the left will sort of, Chelsea Manning, but Julian Assange is a rapist or whatever nonsense.
Now, some people are saying Pam's a progressive. I don't know one way or the other. I'm not familiar with
All right, if Pam's a progressive, then maybe I misspoke. Maybe I just remember seeing something on her Twitter feed, but I could be completely mistaken. And if that's the case, I'm sorry.
See, I've only ever seen things from her where it's like she could be on what, like I've seen her being outspoken against fur before, I'm pretty sure, and I've seen her being good on the Julian Assange issue. That's it. So I don't really know.
All right, I misspoke then. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe I don't.
Balthazar 228, shave the knuckles for justice. Is the OFF Act acceptable with a 2035 100% renewable when 2030 is the planet's deadline and beyond 2 terms? Yeah, that's a great point with not just this, but with all of it. everyone's got to move the timelines up.
We got to move the timelines up because even though they're still, I mean, they still go back and forth. I mean, there's some scientists that say we got 5 years. Yeah. Others say we got 12. Others are saying we don't know exactly. We just have to start adapting. So, I mean, I think we got to go with, we don't know exactly, but we got to start adapting. We had to start yesterday.
Yeah.
So we are behind schedule. So let's start adapting. Let's start planning. And hey, if we plan for the worst, and then maybe we have a little bit more time than we thought, great. I mean, and all these people were like, well, science said this in this year. And science is based on evidence. It's based on evolution. It's based on a thesis that you get, and then you test it and you experiment. So of course science evolves. It's supposed to evolve. And who's helping it evolve? People that are smarter than both of us. So
and also,
we listen to them and try to make sense of it all.
As per Ron's point of science and the research evolving as new data comes in, as the polar ice caps are melting faster than initially thought, based on the earlier data,
that changes data.
So now it's like, oh shit. And now they're starting to research as the ice caps are melting, what's underneath it, the releasing of the methane. There could just be no more oxygen. And it's not like a slow apocalyptic. It'll just be like, ah! And that's it, lights out, and it's an extinction event. So thanks for the super chat.
It's a great question.
It's a great question. It is a great question. Kinky, thanks for supporting the show. Any chance you'll read my super chat from 415? Oh boy, Kinky.
What was it?
I'm sorry. I missed it. Let me roll back and grab it. 415. That was a while ago. Let me see where that's at. I'm sorry I missed it, Kinky. They were flying in here. I do like your screen name. Okay. We got to all these. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
I never saw it. There was no. I don't see it, Kinky. What did I do?
I'm not seeing it either.
I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't see it, Kinky. I'm sorry.
Google said no.
Google denied your super chat, Kinky. Let me open up another browser window and see. Sometimes it's in the other browser window. So let me see.
The other browser.
Sometimes
the other browser.
Oh, well.
We need other browsers.
Oh.
You can do it from the like the panel or whatever. See if that helps.
This thing?
Go to like your studio panel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can go there. That might help. Potentially.
Sorry, Kinky. Sorry. Where's live?
Yeah, go there. See if that takes you to the.
I do not like the new platform.
I don't either.
It's so annoying. It misses stuff.
It's very, very annoying.
It's stupid like this.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening here.
We can go to the old one and see if.
Yes, Creator Studio Classic.
Yeah.
Something is missing. Everything is missing.
Something is missing. My satisfaction.
Yeah. Why would
That's
you
what's
upgrade
missing.
it? This thing's working great.
My joy.
Time to upgrade it. Let's go to live control room
to control it live.
Why are you live dashboard? Classic live streaming.
See what that does.
God, you gotta just fumble through it. It's
so like a maze. There it is. Now, all right, we're here. We got there.
Go to events.
Boom. Just scroll down. Oh wait, that's a new one. Oh, dude, why isn't it just taking us to
events? Let's see if it's in events. Classic. There we go.
Okay.
Live control room.
So go there. It should take you. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Oh yeah,
here we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's where we're gonna find you, Kinky. We gotta go whizzle through all this.
This was an event.
There it is. I see it, Kinky. There's a bunch of questions we missed.
Oh wow, yeah, we missed a ton of stuff.
So Chris gave us 20. Kinky. Boom. Injection of Understanding. Caleb Maupin. Check him out. I always walk away with a deeper understanding of all he He's still waiting for Jimmy's call. Caleb Maupin's great. I actually interviewed him. Samira Khan turned me on to Caleb Maupin, and I interviewed him when the Iranian woman was jailed at the border or something like that. I remember. So thank you for letting us know that, Kinky. That's really, really cool. Robert Schultz, Shave the Knuckle for Justice. Ron, you want to answer this question?
Why did Ron get kicked off of Stephanie Miller? Well, they had a rule there that you're not allowed to criticize Democrats, which was a rule I was planning on not following. So I would get slap on the wrist after slap on the wrist. And I just decided, well, I'm going to keep doing my thing. It's a big platform. And, some people were on my side, some people weren't. And the last day I was there, I said, they started talking about Hillary's book, everybody else on the panel, and started getting on Bernie's case for just literally no reason. Like, it wasn't a valid criticism at all. And I said something along the lines of, well, I think it's saying a lot that Bernie Sanders is going around the country promoting Medicare for all, while Hillary Clinton's going around the country promoting herself. I think that kind of says everything. And then, that was it. That got me kicked off. Oh. And then I said single payer now, and they edited it out of the broadcast as I was signing off.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was kind of clear that I was not going to be back, because there were people, calling for me to get kicked off, and other people were saying thank you, but people were calling for me to get kicked off. So, I just as I was going, I was just like, hey, it's been real, single payer now, peace. And I walked out. And I found out later they edited out single payer now from the broadcast.
Wow. Boy, that's some real good journalism. Man. Thank you, Robert Schultz. Thank you, Kinky. Aaron Bassarin, did you see Cenk Unger's new Russiagate conspiracy? No, I have not seen that.
I haven't either.
Haven't seen it. Don't pay attention to a lot of that. Okay, here we are. Balthazar 228. Thank you for supporting the show. I tried water polo last week and the horse drowned. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for spending money just to read a joke. God bless you.
Pharma's influence on university. This is from Costello. It was wonderful meeting you in person at the Boulder Creek House Show, Costello.
What's up, brother?
Pharma's influence on university and other science make me doubt anything coming out of the U.S. as science. I think there's still some good stuff coming out of academia, but like anything else, you got to just filter it and try your best.
The environment is completely collapsing. There are like healthy plant-based solutions, cures for just about everything. So if it doesn't have that angle, if it's pushing, then you kind of know and find out who's funding it. That's a good way to know who's funding it.
Yeah, find out who's funding it.
Because it's like what Bernie said on the Fox News town hall. She's like, what about this new study that says, and he goes, those are fine. He just immediately dismissed it as who's funding it,
Good for him.
It's like, this think tank said, who's funding it? The Koch brothers?
Is that the Koch brothers?
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's from the Koch brothers. By the way, the people that found out that Medicare for all saves money. Koch brothers did that. Yeah. How do you like that?
Thank you, Costello West. Balthazar 228. Thank you, my friends. Streamlabs has tab under my donations for super chats where it displays all of them in list form. Okay, let's do that, buddy. I'll go to set up Streamlabs.
Right? What if Balthazar really Streamlabs is really like a thing where Balthazar keeps tabs on all of us?
Yeah,
Balthazar's actually deep state.
It's deep state 228, Balthazar state.
It's like, all right, they signed Graham's on it. He's on the list now.
I face mapped them. It's got his thumbprint. Go to streamlabs.com/Graham Elwood. Yeah, I see it here. It's just not a great, I know, dude. It's just, I'm not a computer surgeon. But thank you, Balthazar 228, and see if there's anybody else. Jedi Mullet 77. Boom. May the 4th be with you. We just had that. Trump thinks Game of Thrones is how many tweets he can crank out during his 3 a.m. toilet run.
Nice. And I'm stoked for the episode tonight.
I don't watch this show.
I do watch it. I enjoy it. It's fun. My fiance already told me she wasn't waiting.
Wow.
I asked her, I was like, are we going to watch it together tomorrow? She's like, well, we can watch it a second time together. I was like, okay, you're not going to wait. All right. I'll watch it in the hotel room.
You can watch it the first time tomorrow.
Yeah, literally.
I'll watch you watch it for the first time. I'll see the joy on
I can
your face.
see your reaction. She's offered the whole thing, like we can watch it on the phone together. This has happened a couple times, like when we've been on the road. She'll be like, "Well, we'll watch it." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna be on the phone while I'm watching the show. Like we can. If you won't watch it with me, then I'll just watch it myself. And then we can talk about it later."
We got it. Balzar228. Technically, I'm the deep steak. Nice, dude. Nice. There was one we missed from Ruth. Ruth Benedict. Shave your knuckles for justice, Ruth. Stephanie Miller's been a sellout since the 2016 election. They are prime example of fake progressives. Yeah. What kind of show are you that you're not allowed to make fun of one of the political parties?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about that show since I got kicked off of it, and it was whatever. I mean, it helped me out. I got some followers from it. There's some people that have also stopped listening to that show that have like come into other shows, and that's great. I don't have anything else. I have not listened to that show for years. I have no idea what they're up to. I have no idea what they're talking about. There's some funny comics that still contribute to it, and that's all I know. I don't know anything else. I don't want to know anything else.
You know what I know? There's 242 people watching and 153 likes. Hit the like button, guys. I like how every week we're consistently doing over 200 people. I love it.
Beautiful.
I love all you've been here from watching me for forever on this. And I love all of you that are just joining us. It's really cool. And I want to, so on Thursday, I did the bonus chat, which I think I'm going to try to do more of those, more bonus chats. And I believe it was A. Mayers who suggested doing the PV game show. And I'm going to try to incorporate that. I'm going to try to do the political vigilante game show more on live events, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I want to figure out a format that works on this, where you guys get to play against each other and then you, I don't know, super chat in your answers or something. And then the winner, I'll send you a prize bag full of stuff or whatever. So I don't know how we're going to do that.
What if everybody arm wrestles and then the winner?
Sure.
We can do that.
Works. That totally works, Ron. Yeah, so we got to get like 3 people competing against each other. I don't know how we can set the format up, but think about it. If anyone has any suggestions, I'm open to it. Chris, shave your knuckles for justice. Venezuelan embassy secret service being used as thugs, beating up vets for peace president for delivering food. Yeah, well, it's nuts what's going on down there. And well, I think recently they shut off the power to the embassy.
Yeah, and I guess apparently they beat up the Veterans for Peace president. I'm assuming they tried to get food in there.
Yeah, and that's their secret service.
Well,
and anytime I say that, people go, well, Maduro's not great. I'm not saying, I've never said I think Maduro is some amazing peace-loving dude. Has he done? Sure, I'm not saying that, but I just am done with America's interventionism. I'm done with the sanctions that create a situation to where a leader has to do problematic things, or hurt his own people or whatever. We force this hand. We push these leaders into these situations. Drastic measures. Your citizens are starving. What are you going to do? And it's all for their oil. People say, yeah, it's a little more complicated than that. No, it is not. The politics of Venezuela are complicated. I'm sure that they are, as they are in any country. But America wanting the oil, that is not complicated. Right. There's nothing complicated about our...
Well, that's why we only hear one side of it.
Right.
That's why we only hear one side.
And we only hear one side in this country. And people say, Graham, I got family that lives there, and it's awful what Maduro's doing. I'm sure. What created that? How did this happen? Starting in 98 when Chavez got to power and said, I'm nationalizing the oil. So I'm not excusing anything awful Maduro has done, anything Chavez did, but we have forced this situation. And we have no fucking business doing this, because you know what the French police are doing to their citizens every goddamn weekend? Tear gassing them, beating them up, jailing them illegally. Every week they're doing this. Is John Bolton on Fox News talking about we got to go, Macron is out of control, terrorist, axis of evil? Fuck no. So fuck
we got this guy no one's ever heard of. He's going to be leader now.
Yeah, some fucking guy from Belgium
and we're calling them freedom fries again.
Yeah, here we go. Those are the vest of truth. What's this one? Is this a different one? Jedi Mullet 77 Graham, when you punch the camera, it makes me glad I don't have a 3D TV. You're goddamn right. I'm coming right into your home. See, there's a couple stray long-haired knuckles. This knuckle probably right here is not going to get that much justice because it's not completely shaved, you guys. Think about it. I wish you would get a 3D TV, Jedi Mullet. I think you need one. Kinky, thank you for supporting their show. 4 stars for Mendocino, Henry's Hybrid Rainmaker. What a year. I totally recommend. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. But it gets 4 stars.
Mendocino, Henry's Hybrid Rainmaker. What a year. I don't understand. Is that a movie?
Mm-mm.
What is that? I'm going to see.
Hopefully it's not something like really bad.
Cannabis. Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, all right. Cool.
Oh, I don't smoke weed, but Ron might.
I've never heard of it, but yeah.
Let me see if there's anyone we missed. Make sure we didn't miss.
These days, I'm pretty much a straight sativa guy.
I started using, I'll tell you this, I don't smoke weed. I'm completely sober, but I started using CBD oil with a little bit of THC to help inflammation. I went into this place because I had hyperextended my arm doing martial arts. And it was really like, I was like, oh man, and my shoulder. I was like, maybe I'm too old. Maybe I got to stop. Maybe I just got to go to Tai Chi in the park with all the other senior citizens. Like maybe it's over, And someone was like, use CBD. And I went into one of these pot stores, which I don't go in there. It was hard for me not to walk in there and just be like, it's 420 somewhere, bro. Like it was hard for me to not say that. But I just went, I've got some, some pain and inflammation in my joints from doing martial arts. And I don't want to get high. And this guy said, it's 3-to-1 CBD. There's a little THC in there to help blood circulation, but you won't feel high. And then I was like, sometimes my sleep patterns aren't great because I travel. And he said, here's some gummies. And I go, again, I don't want to feel high. He goes, it's CBD. It'll just help you sleep. Yeah. So I take the CBD and put the salve on. And my elbow feels like in 2 weeks of putting this on, not even every day, just like 2-3 days a week.
No, I mean, at the place I go to, I got some stuff just strictly for headaches, and I use it for, enjoyment too, but I got some stuff like just for headaches. And sometimes, I'll take a hit or two before bed and it helps.
It's a plant.
It is a plant.
They criminalized the
It used
plant.
to be a food ingredient.
The Constitution is written on hemp paper. There's so much you can do. And that's the thing. CBD isn't the thing that makes you get anyway. Larry Forbes. Boom, Larry. Shave him. Dems choose unpopularity. Dave said in Canada, their hero brought universal health care. They have statues of him. Dems refuse to win. They want lobby money. Yeah, absolutely. That's, I think it was Cenk who said this, and Jimmy's repeated this, and I started to say it, which is the Democrats would rather lose to the Republicans and let progressives take over their party, because if the progressives take over, they stop
the
getting
donor train. Yeah,
donor money's gone.
Train goes away. Yeah,
and they don't want to get their money from the people, because if you get their money from the people, they might actually have to listen to their constituents and implement policies that help the majority of Americans.
Yeah, and why mess up a situation where whether you win or lose, the gravy train keeps it rolling?
Yeah, because if you can take the people's money and you don't do your job, they vote you the fuck out. You take the corporate money, you can do whatever you want. Thanks for supporting the show. There's one I missed. Sam Dean, boxer shorts get in my butt. You okay with them? I got off of boxer shorts years ago, Sam. I go boxer briefs.
I usually go boxer briefs, but I still wear boxer shorts too.
Really?
I just get the right size that works for me.
Okay.
That's what you gotta do.
We're not telling you what type of undergarments to wear or not wear. That's not what this show is all about. Tell us your favorite progressive underwear. Brian McManus, Shave the Knuckles for Justice. 268 people watching, 182 likes. Get it up there. We're breaking a record, guys. This is the highest number we've had. Time for them to take off the yellow vest and do it flash mob style. Yeah, it's look what they're doing. And the reason they're not reporting it here in America is they don't want us to see. They don't want to give us any ideas. The American media doesn't want Americans to get ideas that, oh, look what they're doing every week.
Oh, not just that. I mean, when it comes to every strike and every protest, I mean, just in the UK, the pub workers in the UK won a huge victory. They went on strike. They organized. They unionized. They went on strike against one of the major chain pubs there. I forget the name of it, but they went on strike. They ended up getting what they wanted. The musicians in Chicago, they had some wins in their strike. They don't talk about the teacher strikes. All of them have been
the Uber
Lyft strike. I mean, they ignore all of them because they know that strikes are contagious.
And look what happened. All these teachers started going on strike. They started winning. Now we're hearing about all these strikes. They're trying to unionize Whole Food workers.
Yeah.
And that's when Jeff Bezos...
And the strikes in Mexico, they're really ignoring because they know if some of that, goes up north and there's kind of this strong union across, Mexico and the U.S. and maybe even up into Canada, it's going to be, for the people really running this place, that ain't a pretty idea.
Yeah. They don't want that. Hey, Mayors, what's up? Shave your knuckles for justice, hey, Mayors. Freebie. Best way to help Israel deal with Iran's growing nuclear capacity is to help the people of Syria overthrow Assad. Democrat or Republican? Bonus who? Oh, that is a game show question you're having, hey, Mayors. So I'm working on structuring. I'm getting game show questions. I'm having a buddy help me write them. And they're going to be questions like that. That's a great one. And I want to figure out how to do just a political vigilante game show segment on this. I don't want to do it live because the last one we did with Steph, Ron, and Jimmy each playing for an audience member, that's the best way to do that. Streamline the questions a little bit. But Mayors, I'm going to say D. That's a Democrat who said that. And the bonus is... Well, let me know if that's right. First, tell me if that's right, Mayors.
I was actually going to guess Biden. I was going to guess Biden.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I was thinking about it the whole time, though, when you were talking. I was like,
Yeah, it's got to be. Thank you, Mayors. That's a great question.
That is a really cool question.
Balthazar 228. Everyone should see the Flint segment of Fahrenheit 11.9 just to get a better understanding of the Obama legacy through his fake sip of water stunt. Oh, absolutely. Man, that interview that I did, guys, with Jordan Chariton about the 5-year anniversary and how they're doing. If you haven't watched that, please watch it. Jordan Chariton is like his team, him and his partner are the only ones there reporting on this.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said they're doing is they're going there to test to see if the water's okay. And they're letting the faucet run for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, they cook it. Yeah.
And then they go,
cook the books. Yeah,
it's clean. It's like
the water's fine. Yeah. Just had a sip. Does everyone have a spit cup? I mean, the water's great.
The water's great. Anyone want to watch me lie? To the American people. Here we go. This one.
Progressives must look at this as a generational project, not to win one election, but to put a coalition of class together to win every election. Amen.
Florida fly fishing. Thank you so much. That's so true. And that's the thing I've been talking about. I know you've been talking about. That's why I'm like, get progressives in every area of government. Yeah. Get them on your school board. Get them on your city hall. All of them. Your rent. We got a green on the rent control board where I live. That's big.
Yeah.
Because the developers are trying to get on the rent control board.
Right. Oh yeah. No, that's how it's got to start. I mean, it's got to start from the ground up, and it's going to take coalitions, similar to what Gail McLaughlin did in Richmond, California. You really do still have a lot of power in your community. That's why, when sometimes people email me, they're like, well, what should I do? And the answer is, I'm just one comedian with an opinion, but one of the things I've tried to do is I've tried to take a cause under my wing and do what I can for it. The cause I picked is municipal broadband. The free and open internet is really important to me because I think to have any chance at really changing this country, we need the information superhighway we've come to all rely on, known as the internet. If we lose the free and open internet, our ability to exchange ideas has been crippled drastically. So, I want to fight to preserve that the best I can via municipal broadband and trying to get that in my community and trying to encourage others to do the same in there. So I think that's the time we're in. We're in a time of causes and coalitions. And can we think of one more thing that starts with C so I can have a third?
It's a crisis.
Crisis. Nice. We are in a time of crisis, and the solution is coalitions and causes. Boom.
Well,
I think we just solved it. We did it.
I think so too. I think we did just solve it. How are we doing?
I'm just checking the time, making sure there's nothing pressing that we need to attend to. I think we're okay, but we probably should wrap up soon.
Okay. All right, guys, we got to get ruling going soon. 211 likes, get that number up. 277 watching. Sam Dean, what's a few fun new jokes you both heard during your tour together?
I have this new joke about how I look from like the guy from Ferris Bueller. It's been killing. That's my new favorite joke in my head. It's a 10-minute conceptual chunk, and I will do it in Australia for you.
Yes, honestly, that's all we talk about in the car is how he looks like the teacher, the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ron's Bueller bit. That's what we call it. RBB. Scrab's like, Ron, you close it with RBB tonight? I'm like, of course.
Ron,
of course I'm closing with RBB.
You want to pull over and get some food so you got energy to do the RBB bit?
It's very animated, and it involves a cartwheel. You got to see it live.
Yeah, it's almost like Ferris Bueller on ice. It's pretty amazing. So great question, Sam. Jedi Mullet 77. If the Depp Leppard song, Pour Some Sugar on Me, was done today, they would have to call it Pour Some High Fructose Corn Syrup on Me. Absolutely. And then deny that high fructose corn syrup is bad for you. That's fantastic. Live interviews with the audience after the show, please. Oh, absolutely. I definitely try to do that. I love doing that. We'll do a meet and greet after the show, and I'll get interviews with everybody. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, guys. I think we gotta wrap it up here. Let me just thank everybody who supported the show today. I know it was only an hour and we started late, but guys, I really thank you. I wanted to keep doing this, and it's always great when Ron's on the road together because we can both do this, which is always a lot of fun. So thank you, Balthazar228, for supporting the show. Michael Karich, thank you. Jedi Mullet, boom. Aaron Besserin, boom. Jedi Mullet again, boom. Sam Dean, good day. Chris, thank you. Robert Schultz, boom. Kinky, good to see you. Aaron Basserin again, boom. Jedi Mullet 77 again, boom. Ruth Benedict, boom. Ruth, we'll see you on the East Coast. Sam Dean, boom. Keep wearing the boxers or whatever kind of underwear you need, man. Don't shame your own boxer wearing.
Larry, Brian, Jedi, Danny. Got us on the Forrest Gump riff. Jedi, Big Baby Subas. Sam again. Jedi Mullet, Super Platno Man. Did I do that right?
Super Planto Man.
Planto Man. There we go. Balthazar, Kinky, Balthazar, Castillo, Balthazar, Ruth. Jedi Mullet, Balthazar, Chris, Jedi Mullet, Kinky, Larry, Brian, Sam, Amars, Balthazar, Florida, Fly, Fishing, Danny, Sam, Jedi Mullet.
Thank you guys so much. It's always great to do this. We'll have fun at the show. You'll see, I'm sure Jimmy will start releasing clips from the show later.
I saw some people in the chat. We'll see some of you tonight.
Boom.
Tonight.
We'll
in a couple hours.
We'll be we're heading over to the club now. The show starts at 7. We'll see you afterwards. We'll do a meet and greet. We both have merch there. Photos and autographs are free. I'll do some interviews with people. Aloha fuckers. You got it. You guys are fantastic. It's great to see all of you. It's great to see Bowmanville here. We got up to 270 some viewers, guys. That's the best number we've had thus far doing this stream. It has been great. I'll be doing more streams during the week. I'll keep the Super Chat Sunday going. Next week, I will be doing it from beautiful Austin, Texas.
Yeah, dude.
So next week will probably be the same, probably around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But again, follow me at Graham Elwood on Twitter and Instagram and my Facebook fan page. That's when I release the day of what time I'm going to go live. And plus hit the bell notification number.
East Coast.
You guys are.
And please follow me on Twitter at Romplacone. At Romplacone, youtube.com/Romplacone for Get Your News On with Ron every Monday through Thursday. and we're going to the East Coast, Graham.
Yes, June 12th through the 19th. June 12th, we're going to D.C. The 13th, we're going to Baltimore. 14, 15, Philly. 16, New Haven, Connecticut. 17, New York City. 19, Boston. Get your tickets at ronplacone.com or grahamelwood.com. And as Phil Britton said, share Graham's site with 5 friends this week and Ron's. You guys are fantastic. I want you all to know you're political vigilantes. You're making Gotham great again. And please shave your knuckles for justice.